Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I am here today to share my budget sheets that I have in my Etsy store. I am very excited about these. I'm just now getting to use them. I didn't do any decorating as far as the calendar because I have my planner that I do that in. That I do my budgeting in. But I do have an Etsy store. I do sell these in my Etsy shop, and it's called Lisa's Faith Budget Plan. Only because I couldn't get all of these Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning all together, I had to condense it down to this. But that's okay. I love it. I'm excited about it. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and people are liking it. So, whoops, sorry about that. But this is the planner I normally use for my budget, and I have it upside down. Let me see. Let's pull up July. So as you can see, the month of July is very similar. In my calendar, I just hand wrote everything out. Very simple, plain. Next time I'll probably be doing stickers, but it's laid out exactly what I have in here. It's just less colorful and decorative, which I find I love the colorful and decorative. I come back to it. I like looking at it. I'm willing to do it more, and I just love it. But I've been checking everything off and things are going really, really well. So anyways, there's that. But this is my new budget plan. And this is my calendar. And I'm just trying to get a feel for it, how I like it, how I can use it, and how I want to use it going forward for the next months to come as I put them in my shop, because I want to use the products that I'm actually selling in my shop, and you guys get to see that. So this one is a little rigid, little plain Jane, but that's okay. But I love how it turned out. I still love the top here with the washi. It's not tape, it's just printed on the sheet, and the banner, and I just love how that turned out for the 4th of July. It's really, really pretty. So this is the calendar. This is my budget. So when I do my budget, and for the first time on this channel, I will be revealing what actual income comes into our household and actual tithing and giving and offering and stuff like that comes that we do in our household. And it's not to brag, it's not to show off. I am humbly coming to you, and we were a little fearful at first to reveal it, but now we are less fearful in a lot of prayer and conversation, because when it came to these budget sheets, it was just easier just to show the entire math. And you probably could have figured it out looking at my other videos, because of what we spent, how much we probably made. So it was not that big a deal. And these aren't true to sense where everything's being disclosed here. There are things taken out of our check before we even get them. Medical insurance, dental insurance, vision, and as well as investments like retirement and stuff like that. So these are a little bit different and skewed, but this is what we really get. The rent and balance forward I had to combine together because I didn't have 5 lines. I thought I put 5 lines here and I only put 4. So, but that's okay. It wasn't a lot. Balance forward was from June. So the money that came over from June plus my son's rent that he gives us every month is combined in this number. Everything else is actual, and that's combined 2 salary checks right here. And that's our total for the month. This is what we're working with. And we spend almost all of it. So, and as you will see here, when I break down paycheck to paycheck, what that will look like. So you have your budgeted amount and your actual amount. So I have already started taking out the actuals. And if it's already written here, it's because I already actually have the bill, or I actually have had the transaction happen. So I write my budget expenses in order of when they come out and how they're being paid on the calendar. So if you go back here, here's mortgage, Visa, Go Card, vehicle, property tax. Well, they're kind of out of order here, but the same thing, pretty much straight down. So that is where that comes from. I really don't need the variable and fixed expenses separated, because it does not make sense in my mind. I actually get quite confused and lost in my transactions. I just want to list them all and know where they're at. So that's what I have. I do have sheets that print July budget, fixed expenses, and then variable expenses. And if you have a lot of them, it's 2-page. So I do have that available in my shop. If that's something that works for you, then that is available. But if it doesn't work for you, or you just prefer just listing out your expenses, I've got that available too. So I like this. I really like how this turned out. So I need 2 pages because it just keeps going. And as you can see, you will see actuals that are over and under. Usually those are my utility bills. So like my natural gas was under budget for $3.18. My electric went up over $54.21. My Sprint bill went under $19.40. And the only reason that happened is because we got a discount this month. And we got a discount because I bought a new phone and my son bought a new phone, and we will be leasing them, which I just wish we didn't have to do that, but it felt like we did. My iPhone 8 Plus and his iPhone 7 were just, the battery capacity was diminished to almost 80%, and it just wasn't running very well. And they just weren't worth using anymore, almost, it seemed like. And I record on my phone. I'm recording on my new phone right now. And I need quality in order to record good videos for you guys. So I took on the debt, and I will be putting that in my budget and debt payoff budget, and we'll figure it out from there. So I don't know how it's going to work out, but God is good, and we will figure it out. So, but we'd had a little bit of a discount, $10 each. And then I think there was a fee increase that offset it by 60 cents. So it would have been $20, but that's okay. Whatever. They have their own type of math in the cell phone business. I don't get with those fees and taxes and stuff. But next month, this bill's going to skyrocket. You'll see. It's going to be crazy. So here we go. And then city utilities were under $40.17. So city utilities was unique. City utilities for us is our water, sewer, trash, recycling, and what's the other one? Yard waste. The only thing that changed with our city utilities was our water. Now, we average $100 a month for all of those things every month. Now, we're only billed every other month. So we didn't get a bill in June, but we did get a bill in July, which is why I know the actual number. At the end of May and the beginning of June, we filled up a pool in our backyard with water, with the water hose. It's not a small pool. It fits 4 to 6 people. 6 to 8 people. And it's like over 4 feet deep. And it's just a nice place to go out and float and relax and just enjoy the summer, especially now with COVID and social distancing. They make it a little scary to go swimming at the local pools and water parks, if any water parks are even open. I don't really know. So having one in our backyard has been a godsend, so that we can have a place to go and just relax as a family and have fun. It's been awesome. But I wasn't sure how much it was going to cost. So in the month of June, if you look at that budget, my city utilities, I paid $200. And I budgeted $150 for this month because I didn't know what the difference was going to be. $100 of the $200 is our normal. So that extra $100 went to the water that we put in for the pool. When I got this bill, I was thinking I may need to keep it at $150 just in case it's a little high, going as a consolidated July or May, June and July. Not all of July, so I'm not sure what the dates are. But when they consolidated the 2 months, and that included the water fill for the pool, I was hoping this would be around $100, but I wasn't sure. And this is normal for us. $109.83, $110. This is normal. So the extra $100 I paid in June tells me that's all I needed to pay extra for the water in the pool. I was thrilled to see that. I loved how it came out. So I didn't have to spend as much as I want. So this is now under. And this budget is a little high because of that number and a couple other numbers. So that will balance out once we do all the actuals, and we can move on. So I do have here my budget for the grocery, household, restaurants for the whole month listed here. But I'm going to do my paycheck to paycheck budgeting. And I'm going to show you how those sheets work and how they look with the actual numbers. So here's paycheck 1. So as you can see, I have broken down here for the 1st through the 9th, military retirement, VA disability, my son's rent, and what we had balanced forward, because this is the first check, and because my husband gets government checks and my son gets a government check on or around the 1st of the month, there's a balance forward from the previous month of June. So that's what goes here. So that was what we had left over last month, going into this month, and then we were just here to pay. Now, normally we would not have a balance so low. When I first did this, it looked like we only have $28.77. In fact, my other budget, I think I forgot something and it was a different. I don't even know if I showed my draft budget that I originally did before. But here's the paycheck one. Because we were under natural gas, and I kept it under mostly for our budgeted household and groceries, restaurants, miscellaneous, and gasoline. I was able to keep it a little bit under in every category except for grocery, household. I had a little bit more money left over at the end of the month. That was $60.18. I was so excited that we did this because my husband and I have been struggling, especially in the restaurant category, and I think we figured out why. It's just easier to go grab something than cook something half the time. We were in these funky moods that we just didn't want to do anything, and I wasn't in the right headspace. I don't enjoy cooking, but I enjoy learning something new and cooking something new that we both like that tastes really good. So I can enjoy cooking, but it's not my favorite. Now that we've done HelloFresh for a long time, and I actually am debating whether we're going to keep doing it, we'll probably do it for the month of July just for the ease of it and having groceries delivered. But we have so many cards and recipes from the company. I think I'm ready to the point where I'm like, I can go ahead and meal plan a little easier just buying the same stuff for myself, and I don't have to think about it. So we might cut that category out, which is fine. But we're not running out. We're using what we budgeted for restaurants, but we're not going over. And we were constantly going over. And I want to stay within the budget. And having so little at the end of the paycheck really forced us to go, okay, how do we fix what we have on hand? How do we focus on the groceries we have? And how do I be smart with buying my groceries? So that's where my weakness is, and that's where I'm trying to create balance in my life. So that was our paycheck 1. We did really good. I was very excited to see this. We were under overall by $31.41 for the month, and I was just, or for the paycheck, and I was just thrilled. Now we're in the middle of paycheck 2. It started on the 10th, and today is the 12th. So as you can see, the electric went up. I showed you that in the budget. I expect that. The way I put my, natural gas, which is right here, you'll see it's $40.88. That's actually what we paid in June. When I budget for July, I use last month's numbers. I use June's numbers for July as a starting point for my July budget. But then when the bill comes in, I put down what the actual number is. Usually it's close enough that I don't have to worry too much, and there's enough flexibility in the budget to not be concerned about the difference. It's usually just a few dollars over or under. And a lot of times if it is a big concern when we get the bill, kind of like here, we just do our budget for the month and see, is there money left over? Well, obviously this is enough to cover whatever this would have been, this adjustment that needed to be made, because I under budgeted here and over budgeted here. So we were over budget by $54.18. and that was the actual difference between these two numbers. And that's fine. We had plenty in the budget to handle and absorb a $54 difference. Now, I only really do that with my utilities. Those are the three: your natural gas, electric, and city utilities. At least those are our main utilities for our house. Those are the ones that fluctuate enough that I can have a good enough idea to have enough left over to absorb any fluctuation that happens there. And so far it's worked really well, as you'll see here in a minute. Even the water one, that city utilities, worked out really well. I showed you that a minute ago. Let's see here. Now, because a lot of these don't change every month for Paycheck 2, most of our money comes out on the first check of the month because there's a lot of income coming in, so we have a lot going out. Our mortgage is the highest; it's $1951.33, so that's almost half of what we get brought in. So that's taken care of all in the first month, but the middle check and the end of the month check are a lot lighter, and there's not as much being taken out. So the lists are smaller, but usually my actuals are spot on to what I put here as my estimate, because they don't change. They're my iTunes. Unless I increase something, it doesn't change. Vivint does not change. Life insurance does not change. What else? Tithing really doesn't change because the salary doesn't change. Visa Go Card, that can come or go. We're just putting money aside for my husband. Visa Go Card is a prepaid card. It's a way for my husband to spend money on things that he needs, like he's saving up for a car radio because the one he has in his car died, and there's no music, and it's not fun riding in a car without music. I can tell you that. We've tried a few times, and it's like, it's too quiet in here. So these are small things that we're transferring into a different account so that he can purchase something for his vehicle. But the electric changed, and that was it. So I have my budget amount for my grocery household. That's ready to go. I want to stay within that budget. I hope and pray that we do. I think we will, because I'm really focused on it this month. I've been watching Sara Marie with Sara Marie Stickers. I love her sticker shop. Love her videos on YouTube, and she's got this challenge for herself about not going out to eat, and so she had 0 going out to eat recently for, I guess, the first week or two of July, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so hard. And I'm really excited for her because she's really wanting to save money and pay down her mortgage, so when they decide to move, they would have more equity in their home to take with them, and all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of stuff she's been talking about, so I'm really excited for her, and it inspired me to do the same challenge in my own way, not to not go out to eat, but to not go over budget in my restaurants category. So this is what I have until the 23rd of the month, and I usually keep a transaction log of all these categories, and I'll show you those in a minute. And my estimate for the budget as far as what's left over is $477.49, and that's what I'm going to roll over to paycheck number 3. Now, because my bills don't change a lot, I can go ahead and write out what my paycheck 3 is going to be, and this is what it's going to look like. So I rolled over that amount, even though it's an estimate, not really the actual. That's okay, because it gives me an idea of what's going to be left over at the end of the month, because this is the last check before the end of the month. And this is a salary, so this doesn't change. I know what it's going to be. But some of this did change. This one changed, my Sprint, and city utilities, which we talked about, I believe, in the budget. Yeah, we should have talked about it back here. Did I put the Sprint in here? Yeah. So anyways, this is where that section is, and they fall under these dates. It's the last week of the month, and the only thing I don't have planned, you can see I have a question mark here, is my school loan. So what I've been doing, because we've had to put money in different places, and I had my vehicle property tax and vehicle registration, and then we spent money on the water for our pool and stuff like that. It kind of ate away at some of our money to budget for school loan, and I can't pay high enough in the way I want to. We owe just over $5,000 on my school loan. I'm trying to get it paid off by September, but I think I'll have at least $2,000 left over to pay on it after September, going into October and November. But definitely by the end of this year, this school loan will be paid off, and I am just thrilled to death that it's just going to be gone this year. If anything good come out of 2020, the only thing for us would be my school loan is gone forever. So I am going to be really happy with that. I've been fighting, obviously, since 2009, when I graduated. And this is 2020. So this is pretty, it's been 11 years. And I'm just down to that last little bit. And I've spent, if you looked at any of my other videos, I did a Dave Ramsey 1-year update. And I will try to link that in the description box below. That Dave Ramsey 1-year update was like eye-opener, because I had spent over $10,000 paying off this school loan, and I started out with $15,000 last October, or into September going into October. So I cannot wait to get that out of the way. But what I've been doing month to month is to see what's left over at the end of the month and not roll any money into the next month. So even though I had a balance forward in the beginning of July, it was only so I could have enough to, the balance forward, it was enough to cover this. See, because it was cutting it close. So I purposefully did not put that amount into what was left in June into my school loan, so I'd have enough of a rollover to cover for my vehicle property tax in July, because I had not created a sinking fund for that, which I have now, and that way I have cash for next year and it won't be a problem. And I won't have to save money or won't have to adjust my money for that. It will already be saved and paid. So that's why I'm not making a large school loan this month, or that would be over $500 more this time around. Because our usual snowball at the end of the month is about $1,300, and that's usually what we put towards the school loan, or more than that if we can, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at with my paychecks, or my husband's paychecks, and the debt payoff for that. This is where I do my grocery household, and this is how I track them. This is a transaction log, and all these sheets are in my shop. You can print them. I have printed them on premium paper, so it's a little thicker, and it's bright white, and I got this at Office Max. Premium 28-pound paper, so it absorbs color really well, and it doesn't shadow through too much. So really not at all. I mean, it looks really white on this side. So yeah, I really like it. And it was only $15 for 500 sheets, I think, for premium paper. So as you can see, I got my budgeted balance here, and then I just deduct the amount as we go through, and then I put a red line to separate the pay weeks. And then I start the budget again, and then I go down. It's very similar to what I already do in my other planner, which it's funny, I'll be doing 2 planners. As you can see, this is very similar. Except for I use a sticker as the first one here, and then you go down, and then a sticker again. So that's how I separate it in here. But I really wanted to use my sheets, so I'm doing the same system. I'm using the same budgeting numbers as I did in here. It just is in a different, not a different format, but it's without stickers, essentially. And it's still decorative, and I still love looking at it. I am enjoying this. It's a little bit different. I might use stickers in here just to separate the two. but I haven't decided yet, so we'll wait and see. But there's a grocery household. There's my restaurant. And we're doing really good, even though it's only 2 days into the new pay period, pay week. I still feel like we're doing really good. I just hope we can keep the momentum all the way up and we don't go over budget in our categories. We will be spending more gas money here soon, which is good. That means we're getting out and driving more. We're doing more, not just sitting at home. But we're getting out and doing activities and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about that. And that's all I have for right now. I have many other sheets in my shop, but these are the ones I'm using right now. And I think this turned out really, really good. I really do like it. I love the calendar. Next time I will make it a little more decorative and use stickers and see how that works with the premium paper and see if it pulls or tears any of the paper, if I can use stickers on it or not. But I'm really happy with the budget right now. I'm really happy with where we're at, and I think this is going to be a great system. Even though it's very similar to what I was doing, I can do as many sheets as I want. I'm not limited to what the planner has on sheets. For what I have the old Erin Condren 2019-2020 planner, which only has 4 or 5 sheets for the project. Monthly deluxe. I know there's more sheets, up to 8 pages maybe in the new one, but I still would have to get the 8.5 by 11 size, and that's pretty much what those sheets are. And I figure, well, if I'm buying that big, I might as well just print my own sheets and see if I like it this way. And I do, I really do. So I'm excited. So I hope you like this. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of my videos, please hit the subscribe button. I've talked a lot today. And I hope you have an amazing, blessed day, and I will see you next time. Bye.